Hello everyone, how are you today? Now I want to tell my argument from the case study. Before that, let me introduce myself. My name is Mikael Andika. My name is 23761. I'm come from class 1B. Through the case study offered, which is about an expert doctor or obstetrician and gynecologist. Let's call it Dr. M. One day, this doctor has a patient who is 53 years old. Let's call it Mrs. H, who will perform abdominal hysterectomy surgery. Before that, Dr. M had informed Mrs. H about the risk and potential complication of this process. He discussed with her about the general anesthesia she would receive and its possible complication. He talked about the potential to injure other organs adjacent to the uterus, namely the intestines, bladder, uterus, and rectum. The risk of declaration during and after surgery is discussed with him, as well as the risk of postoperative infection. And in the end, Mrs. H also agreed to the operation with the risk she would get. As long as the operation took place, there were no obstacles and went smoothly. But it turns out that Dr. M has a history of epilepsy since 1989. The information was not disclosed to Mrs. H because actually Dr. M does not need to tell the patient, because it will cause fear in the patient who will be operated on, so the patient does not want to be operated on. Then after 2 days of surgery, it turned out that Mrs. H's bladder could not function properly because there had been an incision in the bladder at the beginning of the operation. A urologist is called in to repair damage to the bladder. The next morning, Mrs. H died of a pulmonary embolism or blood clot in her lungs. My argument is Dr. M does not need to disclose that he has a history of epilepsy which he has suffered from since 1989. Because if Dr. M told him that the disease was believed to recur during surgery, so that patients who were going to have surgery become afraid and did not want to have surgery, and the patient did not even have the right to ask the doctor about the history of disease. So, as a doctor who would already know what his health condition is like, what is done to prevent a recurrence of his epilepsy, she must take medication sometime before the operation to prevent a recurrence. Then this doctor had to realize that his illness often recurred, so he had to inform his colleagues so they could be his assistants during the operation. Because it was impossible for a doctor to be alone while the operation was in progress, this was done to anticipate if any symptom would appear. Then the doctor's assistant is ready to take his place. So as long as the operation can run smoothly and there are no problems whatsoever. Looking at the case list above, Dr. M cannot be prosecuted legally because Dr. M does not need to tell the patient that he has a history of illness. So, it can be denied that Mrs. H was not caused by Dr. M. However, when he had the second bladder operation, blood clots occurred in his lungs, which made breathing unstable and result in death. Then I don't agree if Dr. M must tell the patient who is going to have surgery about his illness, because this will make the patient who is going to have surgery afraid and not want to have surgery. That's all. Can I say sorry if there are any words wrong? Thank you for your attention.